Yo, what is up guys, Shadi here, coach of Bayern Munich, and welcome to the PPL, the Pokemen Discord League. As the name implies, this is a league in the Discord server of my very good friend John, aka Pokemen, Danish Prince, a mod there, and also a friend of mine is hosting that. And I just decided, you know what, let's hop in there, try to get Vitini, and finally use that, and then just, you know, get a championship for free, I guess. I don't know. No, not for free, but just get a championship in. And just have some fun, basically, use some fun stuff. And my draft is pretty busted. I made Danish made an open draft, thankfully, because I didn't want to fuck with prices and tiers and whatnot. Way too much effort. So, as per usual, as is customary, Vitini got sniped right to pick before me. So my draft is Latios, Azimuth, Fuser, Zapdos, Scizor, Clefable, Shaman, Jellicent, Terrakion, Necrozma, Nidoking, Excelgo with Z-moves, and Mega Houndoom. I went Excelgo over Terrakion for the memes, okay? I think it's way cooler to have Excelgo than Terrakion. It's just kind of boring. I know Terrakion's better. There's no arguing. But anyway, yeah, that's the team. And this is going to be my first 5 weeks of the league. And then my next video on this is going to be my next 5 weeks. I just played week 5. At the time of recording this, I literally just finished the game. So we'll see when the other one goes up. Well, I don't even know when this is going to go up because PPL is still happening. Might just go up after PPL. But regardless, there are 10 weeks in the regular season, and then there are playoffs. So it's going to be 3 videos, hopefully. Assuming I'm at playoffs, which I think I can assume. So yeah, as that is going to be the first 5 weeks, kind of like the FDA video, just split up a little bit more. Even though like way more games here anyway. Fun fact, Potato Jim was in there, good friend of mine, but he had to leave, and later on Kyle, K2, one of my best friends as well, replaced someone in the league. So Kyle is there and I still have to play him. It's not going to be in this video, but that's going to be fun regardless. And yeah, so week 1 we're going to Saprissa Starmies and Dizzy. And I don't think the draft changed. I think the one I'm going to read out is the one they actually ended up with, or they had at the time, because there were transfers, so whatever. They drafted Celesteela, Garchomp with Z-moves, Slowking, Reuniclus, Jolteon, Emboar, Goodra, Whimsicott, Gliscor, Vaporeon, and Mega Pinsir. So, pretty spooky draft, but no hazard removal outside of Gliscor. So, I was always going to bring Haztech. I have a Life Orb, Bolt Beam, Latios with Draco and Roost. We have a Charlie Berry Zapdos for the Mega Pinsir, and just Celesteela and Garchomp too. And even to some extent Emboar as a check. With a super fancy V-spread, which in fact I'm actually going to show you real quick, because this is a work of. You see, this is a spread. I'm not going to move this over, but this is the EV spread of Zapdos. It's beautiful. Everything made sense. I don't know what it was there for, but I think the special attack might have been to like 2-hit kill, spit off Gliscor, and then defense for Mega Pinsir, spit off for something else. It's glorious and I love it. So yeah, that's that. We have a Bandit Scizor, we have a Fizzdev Rocks Necrozma, we have a Sash Spikes Excelgor, and a bulky Leech Seed Synthesis Toxic Shaman because I like 8s. So let's get into the game. I'm gonna be leading off with my Excelgor because I just want to get my spikes as he leads with the Jolteon. I'm just going to set my first layer as he just goes for the Volt Switch, and that does a lot of damage. I didn't bring a ground type this week. My ground type is Nidoking, so unfortunate. So since Nido comes in, I'm like, okay, I don't want to let you like sub and shit, and so I'm just gonna go hard into my Zapdos and not really care about the thing. If it's offensive, I do have Charlie Berry. Mega Pinsir isn't there, so I don't have to worry about losing it for that and stuff and things. So he's gonna go for Leech Seed. Unfortunate. This is gonna be a sub Leech Seed set. Hopefully not Protect. If it is, then I can just stall it out because I am a Zapdos with pressure. As it turns out, he does have Protect. So this might take a while. I'll click U-turn here, expecting him to switch out into potentially his Jolteon, his Whimsicott, his Garchomp. That kind of thing. But this time I'm going to roost up, just get back to full as he goes for the Heavy Slam. That is the first one, wasted as a clean 17%. So this should signalize him that he can't beat me, and I'm going to switch out here. Go into my Shaman in case he wants to double seat or he wants to switch. Turns out he just wants to stay in. I kind of expected him to Protect and not sub because I just T-bolted there. He would have basically dead and couldn't have subbed. So I don't know why he did that. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, I guess I'm gonna go back to Zapdos. The plan with Shaman there is, as he protects, get off a Leech Seed and to make him not be annoying. So, I think this is where I click T-Bolt on the Garchomp, and then I click HP Ice. I roost. I switch. I don't remember. I switch to Shaman. Yeah, that's a safe play. yeah, just make the save play into Shaman as he goes into Jolteon, and that does a clean 0. I'm just gonna fire up a Leech Seed because his only immunity is Whimsicott, and Whimsicott doesn't really beat Shaman most of the time, and even if he does go into that, I can just switch around. I have things to deal with it. So, I think Spliff might have actually been for Whimsicott on my Zapdos. I'm gonna DTT again because his play is fairly obviously switching because he can't beat me because I'm a Shaman, but decides to HPS again. So I'm gonna show off the synthesis here, get back to basically fill with leftovers and Leech Seed as well, and Shaman is just doing Shaman things. And I think this turn I click Leech Seed again because Jolteon shouldn't stay in here. Actually no, I think I misplay here and I just go for the offensive move, which I guess works. Yeah, go for Toxic. Oh my god, I'm so good at this game. Yeah, okay, look at me. So I catch the Whimsicott on the switch, and now he just loses to the Shaman if I play it correctly. Obviously, Emboar can fuck with it, but, you know. I'm just going to go into my Crossma, knowing that I can take basically anything from Whimsicott and get out my rocks here. So he goes for a Taunt and then U-turn. He reads to be Life Orb U-turn, which is a bit interesting. But I'm just gonna sling up them rocks like I'm Mr. White. Actually, no, I go for Dark Pulse because I'm bad. And I try to do damage to Celestia. I kind of scout a little bit because I didn't get to scout what it is exactly. And I'm just gonna go into Zapdos again. I have no reason not to. So he makes the switch into his Emboar, and I don't want to take a hit. I don't know why he went into this. I guess maybe he predicted me. Maybe he just, I don't know. Because if I stayed in there, this is not a counter. So I don't know. Probably he's putting me to switch out there. But regardless, Necrozma comes back and I outspeed this Ice Spectre, and if he isn't Scuff, if he's Scuff, he doesn't tweet kill me. He goes for Flareblitz. That does a lot of damage, and I'm just gonna play it safe here, I think, and go for the Moonlight. Yeah, because if he switches, you know, I get back to full. If he stays in, I take one and get burned because I love my luck. So he obviously isn't Scuff. I don't remember if he was banned at this point, but I'm just gonna Moonlight again and get back to health. No, I go for Side Shock. Okay, never mind. I'm bad. This was a while ago. Don't judge me, okay? So yeah, Side Shock knocks out the Jolteon. That's the first kill of the season. That goes to Necrozma. He brings in Cell Stealer again, and I'm just gonna get up my rocks here. You know, I might lose my Pokemon here. I don't, because Necrozma is fat as fuck. And I'm just gonna now preserve the Necrozma by going into my Zapdos, I do believe. Yep. There's going to Zapdos here. Still at 55%, which is like 3 times at the same amount of range, same amount of health, and just hasn't taken damage yet. But this is the first time. So I'm going to roost up here. Back to full as he goes into his Garchomp, and I can take pretty much anything. So I think I just stayed and click HPIs. That is exactly what happens. He just goes for the Dragon Claw. I think I could have taken the Outrage even, and then I could have eventually just roosted up back on the Cell Stealer, or virtually anything actually. So yeah, HPIs just knocks that thing out. He was apparently kind of surprised by HPIs, so you know, whatever. But now I can just go into my Scissors, seeing as this thing more than likely does not have HP Fire. Even if it does, it's not clicking it right now. And I can just click U-turn here, because I have a good chance of living in Life Orb HP Fire, and if he switches, I just get the momentum and everything is fine. He goes into his Emboar, and I get the momentum. Actually get a crit on the Emboar, which is unfortunate. It might have lived, but I am banded, so I'm not sure. Even if it did live, like, what's he gonna do? So now I just bring in my Latios, and there is nothing left that lives. This thing dies to the hazards, so that's a kill for the Necrozma. Yeah, died to rocks. So Vaporeon comes in, and I'm just gonna click Thunderbolt because that's gonna do a ton. It actually doesn't do that much because, you know, Vaporeon is fat. But Ice Beam doesn't kill me, and I'm just gonna click Thunderbolt again. Knock that thing out, and as Cell Stealer comes in, I'm not going to stay in and lose 6-0. I'm just actually going to go into Zapdos and play it out safely, and just, you know, get that nice and clean 6-0 victory, because this thing is never beating a Zapdos. It's not happening. If he had Toxic, that could have definitely been an issue. So my prep for Cell Stealer wasn't amazing this week, not going to lie, but, you know, whatever. It worked. I figured that Zapdos should more than likely be enough to deal with it. And if it isn't, Latios with Thunderbolt does a ton. And I can lead Seal with Shaman and then kind of go from there. But yeah, that's a 6-0 victory. Zapdos just putting in the finest of work there, just not caring about anything. So yeah, that's week 1. I'm going to pause and we'll get right into week 2. Okay, so week 2, this is up against Harris. He's a really cool guy. I don't know if he has a channel or anything, but I'll put any links of any people I played in the description below if I can be fucked to ask them. So yeah, Harris has the most broken draft in the history of broken drafts. I don't know how this happened. I don't know where his flaws are in his draft. I don't know. But he drafted Kieran Black with Z-moves, Megalovania, Scolipede with Z-moves, Starmie, Dugtrio, Skarmory, Decidueye, Rotom Heat, Aromatisse, Sneasel, Illumola. So yeah, this makes me want to kill myself. His prep though seems pretty garbage because he brought Illumola. I'm sorry, but against a team with a Jellicent, a Clefable, a Shaman, a Zapdos, a Necrozma, a Latios, a Zapdos, basically almost an entire team of things that make Illumola reliability is just bad prep. I'm sorry. That being said, my play this game is a lot worse than him bringing Illumola could ever be, because this was during that 2-week tilt of not playing Pokemon like a person has ever played Pokemon before. So I even know what I did in this game. I just know I lost and played like complete ass. So I lead with the Lopunny. I lead with my Scizor for reasons unknown. I think this was assuming he would counter lead my try to counter lead my Necrozma, which would obviously be my lead countering his Megalopony. But he leads just with Megalopony playing it safe, and I'm just gonna go for Psychic here on these on the Megalopony play it safe. As Skarmory comes in, and apparently Skarmory is now Necrozma counter. Who knew? I'm just kidding. But he goes for Toxic. Of course, that's how everyone deals with Necrozma, because Necrozma is totally broken. Funny memes. I'm just gonna go for the HP Fire here, which I have to hit this as well as Sneasel, and I think something else. I don't think there was anything else. But yeah, I'm just gonna be able to shoot KO this Skarmory with the HP Fire even after the roost. So that's the first thing down, which is looking nice and hot. And now he brings in his, I think, Sneasel. That will make sense, or something. Illumola. Yes, the counter, of course. So I'm just gonna go into Clefable because Illumola is a snack for Clefable. This is like the most setup for the Pokemon that could ever exist for a Clefable. And I think I'm gonna go for the double switch. Sure. Into Scizor, expecting Scolipede, right? Yeah, that makes sense. And I think I'm gonna just click Bullet Punch. Yeah. Even if he was like HP Fire with Beery Berry, whatever. Damage is damage essentially. And I didn't prep for Kieran Black really. I have Fatinium Z on my Excelgor, but whatever. So I'm gonna start combining and be like, hey, I brought Illumola, yeah, bad idea. And then I click Thunderbolt, expect him to switch into Scolipede, but he just stays in click Moro Code, so I don't know why I don't know anything, but he got me there. I don't know. Yeah, that was not the play, but so I go into Jellicent, and now he clicks Protect because PP stall. I don't know. So he goes into Sneasel. I'm just gonna click Scald now, and obviously I get a burn because lucky and bad. I've been playing bad, so now I get the lucky part. My switch into Sneasel was Clef, so I'm just gonna have to take this to the face. I think I'm more Spadef Jellicent from that damage, so I'm just gonna recover that back up to full. I'm just gonna sit in here and recover until the thing dies, essentially, because I would like to keep my Jellicent at full. Actually, no, I'm bad and just click Scald. Okay, me too. I guess it wasn't in case he was switching into like Kieran to set up on me, so yeah. Unfortunate. So, he was in Kieran Black. I'm like, I don't want to fuck with this. Jellicent, goodbye. So, yeah. Clefable would have been nice, but he brought Illumola, and whatever. Nay. I don't know why I Thunderbolt. I think I wanted to bring Zapdos initially over Clef, and I was like, I lose to Kieran Black, let's put on Clef there. Also, like, Sneasel is a problem. So, yeah. And then I was like, Thunderbolt, because it hits Skarmory and also Illumola, the two things Zapdos would help deal with. I don't know. I don't know. Probably should have Flamethrower, honestly. But yeah. So I don't know why his Miracle was a play, because I could have just clicked Flamethrower, and if I had that was the play. Whatever, all pummeling comes in as on the Kieran Black as he goes Aloe. I click Acid Spray to get some damage off, and then I click Bug Buzz, hoping that he doesn't click Protect. Of course he does, also in case he switches, of course. And I think now I decide to lose my brain and just click Bug Buzz. Yeah, this is where I just like, what's a brain? So yeah, I don't know. Don't ask me what that was, because I don't know. And this is just the last turns are just complete garbage. Yeah, this is just U-turn, and then Necrozma, and then Kieran Black comes in, and then it clicked HP Fire because I'm definitely going Scizor there. And then Z move, I think it's Corkscrew Crash? Yeah, it is. So yeah, goodbye. So now I go with Scizor, I click Bull Punch, and then I click T-Spikes for the hell of it, and then, you know, that's the game, because Aloe. That was really poorly played. Also, I don't know why I bred Scolipede when I have Jellicent and Scizor, but I guess it helps break other stuff. Not sure, but I'm done being an overly critical cunt. I'm trying to reflect how I was feeling after the game or during the game, and I think I did that. So no hard feelings. I'm just fucking around. But yeah, Aloe was a bad bring, but it worked because I played like ass. So you know, Harris wins. That's fine. I didn't expect to win against his draft anyway. So you know, I'm just gonna pause and get to the next game, where there will be less salt and, you know, fake salt, I guess. Okay, so week 3, this is up against the Lonely Cow, or in case of his spelling, the Lonely Cow, because who can spell in 2017? He actually picked up Garchomp because Dizzy dropped it for reasons unknown, and I think he did some other threads. So the team I prepped for at the time was Jirachi with Z-moves, Mega Beedrill, Milotic, Togekiss, Mamoswine with Z-moves, Diggersby, Roserade, Hitmonlee, Heliolisk, Garchomp, and Simisear. So, I brought a Nasciplat Flame Charge Mega Houndoom, I brought a physically defensive Toxic, Roost, Bull Punch, U-Turn, Scizor, I brought a bulky offensive X-Whip Zapdos, just in case he's like fully Spadef Melodic, so I can 2KO with T-Bolt. You know, gotta prepare for bad prep too. And then we have, since the only Psychic switch in his entire team is Rachi, everything else is either neutral or weak to Psychic. He doesn't have a Dark type. We have a Calm Mind, Psychic, Shadow Ball, Roost, Psychinium Z, or Psychium, whatever the fuck it's called. Latios, I could have brought Store Power, but I felt like having the immediate power of Psychic outside of setup would be nice. And then instead of bringing Store Power in Necrozma, which has the ability to just 6-0 his team, I actually decided to bring a Spliff Rocks one with Psyshock, I think, and Moonlight, just because Roserade otherwise was going to be a massive problem, and Spliff Calm Mind wasn't working against his team with you know, Diggersby, Garchomp and stuff, and Mamoswine, so you know, didn't like that. And then we have a Scarf Tracker just to run out the team, help with his offensive threats a little bit, and check stuff and win late game. So he has 3 ground types, so by Zapdos as U-turn, yeah, ground types are cool, I guess. I don't know. So he had Guzzlord over Garchomp initially, so you know, that's cool. I didn't prep much for Garchomp this week because I figured, you know, it didn't do anything last time. Maybe he's not gonna bring it, and if he does, I can deal with it. Probably, maybe, I don't know. So I'm just gonna stay in turn 1 with my Zapdos because Zapdos gives me a good lead. I can U-turn on basically anything, scout for sets and whatnot, and be a happy camper. Rachi reveals to be a wish set, and on the following turn, I'm just gonna click U-turn. After scouted damage, I think that means he's a max HP Rachi, but not Spadef, which is very interesting. I can just go into my Scizor here on the Mamoswine, hope that he is Natural Gift Fire. If he is, then he's a Lord. And I'm just gonna click, I think Toxic? No, click U-turn, okay. Safe moves. So, I bring in Zapdos, and I'm like, I'm gonna bring Necrozma to get my rocks, right, because he doesn't have removal. I decided that my rocks would be super nice for the likes of Mega Beedrill and just break potential sashes and whatnot. He toxes me, that's fine. I don't need my Necrozma that much just because Roserade didn't come, so, you know, not too worried there. And then, you know, I go into my Zapdos now, he goes for the Scald, he doesn't burn me, and I'm like, you're switching, aren't you? You have to. So I'm just gonna click HPIC in case he wants to switch into Diggersby or Garchomp. He doesn't, he stays in, goes for Recover. I'm like, okay. It also, of course, allows me to Scald for Mirror Coat. Now I'm gonna click Thunderbolt, that does a clean 68 as he goes for the Scald. He still doesn't burn me, which is super duper nice. And I'm going to Roost up as he just keeps staying in. I guess he doesn't like Melodic and thinks it's a bad Pokemon, you know. I don't blame him. So at this point I'm fairly sure he doesn't have Mirror Coat, but again, thinking he's gonna switch, because why would you stay in here? You literally guaranteed lose. Except he gets a freeze, so of course he doesn't lose because freezes are nice. So I'm gonna stay in here, try to thaw out. I do thaw, and just Roost, actually Thunderbolt, okay, yep, I get a super high roll there. He goes for Ice Beam, and he freezes me a second time. Not only does he stay in for no goddamn reason, he also freezes me twice. So, Pokemon is a fun video game, except I thaw out again, so who cares? So, I don't know what this game is. I Roost, he recovers, and I think I click Thunderbolt and get the much deserved crit, because why was he staying in here in the first place? because he has a Mamoswine and he has seen that this is HPIs. That was just bad. Like, no way around it. That was just bad. So I go into my Scizor. Even if he takes Earthquake, I should be able to take 2 depending on his set. He turns out to be, I think, Scarf for that damage. So once again, I can just click U-turn here and get momentum. He doesn't have a good switch into this. Garchomp probably being his best one if it's bulkier, which I don't think it will be. So I get to U-turn off. Now I can go into Mega Houndoom, and it is lit, as the kids say, because this thing can't really kill me. This leftover, so. I could have set up there, but I decided since he has a Scarf Mammal, has the option of having another Scarf up plus a Mega Beedrill. I'm just gonna click the save Dark Pulse button. It's much better play. And now I'm gonna expect him to overpredict and just click Dark Pulse. Also Scout. I don't think he's clicking Earthquake because I have the Zapdos in the back, which is looking super duper healthy. So I'm just gonna say and go for a Dark Pulse. Maybe fish for a flinch. I also don't need Mega Houndoom because Mega Beetle outspeeds and kills me. This thing takes a hit, as you just saw. Mamoswine is Scarf, and Diggersby is the only thing I could maybe kill. So, doesn't matter. He goes for his Stone Edge, works out perfectly fine, because I lived that. I don't know what set he is, so I'm just gonna go for another Dark Pulse, hope for a flinch or crit. I get a flinch because lucky and bad boys. And I'm gonna go for the Flame Charge here and get to +1 speed, just in case, why not? So, just to show it off, now he goes to Mamoswine. I obviously have the option of going to Scizor on the Ice Shard, super safe. But there's a chance he might not have it, and if he doesn't have it, I can potentially kill him with a Fire Blast here, and then just go for that. I also don't mind not preserving 6-0 at this point, so definitely should have gone to Scizor there, but I decided not to. I just stay in. Maybe Mega Houndoom can get some kills. Unfortunately, he does have the Ice Shard, so we go down. But now I can just go into my Terrakion, which is Scarf, and I just click Close Combat, I believe, because. Yeah, I just click Close Combat because Beedrill is not a switch in, especially on with Rocks up. So Diggersby just drops. I guess he might have been expecting me to go for Stone Edge, but nah. So Mamoswine comes in. I'm like, no, I'm Scarf. No, goodbye. So that's down, and now he's only Beedrill left, and I have a Scizor. Unless he's like Iron Defense and gets up like 2 of those. Maybe 6 of those. So he just goes for the Drill Ball, misses that would have done absolutely 0, and I'm just gonna go for the Bullet Punch, and that doesn't kill because I'm Fizdef and his whatever. He also Fell Stinger. Fell Stinger always kills except this time, I guess. I'm just gonna finish off with the second Bullet Punch, and that's a 5-0 victory. Back to winning ways, and yeah. So GG to the cow. That whole Melodic Zapdos power was a fucking mess, but it was still a quick game, 24 turns. And I'm gonna pause and then we'll get into the next game. Hooray! Okay, so this is week 4 against Ishan, I think. Sorry if I butchered that. Of the Los Angeles Latios, Cow was the Lowell Spinner, and Harris was the Mississippi Braveries. I completely forgot to mention that. Actually, according to the sheet, his name is the Braveries. It's not the Pokemon. So, yeah, Los Angeles Latios, this is the guy that took over Jim's team. So I don't know if this is the exact team. I feel like he changed it. Yeah, he changed it. So I think, yeah. So he had Tapu Koko with Z moves, Mega Scizor, Tornteed, Nidoqueen, Pelipper, Celebi with Z moves, Conkeldurr, and then originally it was Snorlax, but I think he had Suicune when we played. But I think I still kind of didn't prep for either of them, so I don't know. Okay, there was a phone call, and of course they hung up before I got there, so that's lovely. Anyway, so yeah, this is a spooky team. Prep for Volcarona is getting out Stealth Rocks and having a Scarf Terrakion. Oh, so yeah, that's perfect prep. Perfect prep. So we have a Calm Mind, Psyshock, Z Thunder, Latios with Roost. Z Thunder has a chance to kill Mega Scizor after Stealth Rocks at +1, which is pretty cool. Yeah, if I get some damage on a thing, I should be fine to just Z Thunder its face off, even in the rain. I don't have to worry about HP Fire in that case. Plus, Thunder is cool for like 20 and whatnot. And Celebi set up for that, so anything else I need that for? No, not really. We have a Spit Up Jelson, which is there for the Kingdra because it does not care. Specs Draco does just around half, I think, just maybe over half, and I can just obviously recover it up and not care. We have a Fizdef Calming Clef, we have a Payapa Berry Rocks, Nidoking, Payapa Berry for the Celebi, Scarf Terrakion as a set, and a Spidef Rocky Helmet Zapdos to deal with Scizor. I didn't really expect Scizor that much, just because they do have the Zapdos. But you know, it also makes sense. So didn't expect Conkeller. I just don't expect fighting types against my team because they don't match up well. But apparently people disagree, which is fine. So let's get into the game. And he leads me to queen. I need a king. How lovely is that? Look at them. And I'm just gonna be a man. I mistitled. I need a king. It's Brady first. I'm just gonna be a man. Get up stealth rocks. He's gonna be scared. I'm not scared. He's getting up rocks anyway. Probably. I don't know. So I just get up them rocks. Yeah, rocks are super important. More important than Nido King is. So I don't care if he kills me there. I'm also max HP Nido King. So I can deal with the top of Coco. And if he killed me, then, you know, I would have lost to Coco essentially, but who cares. So I'm going to go Flamethrower here because it gets damage off on virtually anything that would come in. And I'm just going to go into my Nido Queen on, into my Jellicent on a Nido Queen. Kingdra isn't there, so I don't have to worry too much. Assuming he is special, I eat up the hits like it's nothing. And his Skull switching is forfeiting. So I'm going to go for Skull. I do have Hex, so I could have hit the Conkeller with that afterwards too if I got a burn on the Guts Conkeller. So that's all fine and dandy. Coco comes in. And I'm just going to make the play into the Nido King, sorry, as he makes the play of going for the hidden power. But since I'm a max HP Nido King, I just eat that all the way up. And I'm just going to click, I think, Earth Power, because nothing on his team takes an Earth Power. Yep. And he brings in Confederatus, so if it was offensive, this would just be a straight 2-hit KO. So, you know, that's cool. First Death Confederatus is a switch in. I'm going to go for another Earth Power, as he's going to go for the Pain Split, which, you know, just about brings him in range to take 2 more Earth Powers, or 1 more Earth Power rather, another Earth Power, and he goes for the Shadow Ball, and because I'm max HP, I just eat that up, so Nido King putting in the finest of work, and Confederatus is going to go down, but actually no, he decides to go into Conk, and I'm like, okay, he guess he wants to keep this for Death Fodder, and go into AV, and that's not Assault Vest, and I guess he's going to finish off with Mach Punch, that's fine. I can just go to Latios afterwards. He doesn't go for Mach Punch, and I kill him with a Sludge Wave. I'm like, okay, maybe, I don't know why he did that. So he goes to mixes, so I guess he's gonna BP me, and then no, he doesn't, okay. So that dies. Don't ask me what just happened, I don't know. He brings in Work Run, I'm like, okay, I lose, so I'm gonna click Touch Wave, I outspeed. And he goes for Fiery Dance and dies to his own Life Warp. So I don't know what just happened, but Nido King just murdered 3.5 Pokemon. Because Kovac is essentially dead. So I don't know. I don't know what just happened. Yeah. If you would like to tell me why that happened, but yeah, because he could have just gone Coco and just knocked me out if he didn't have priority. It's fine, you know. He could just sack Kovac and then go into Coco and kill me. Also, why would he not bring BP or Mach Punch when I have this thing that's on screen? I don't know. Not sure, I don't understand what just happened, but I decided to go into my Scarf Tracker in here. If he goes Coco, I can kill it. If he goes Confederatus, I can kill it. If he goes Nido Queen, that's the one thing I did not really want to see, but regardless, I can just go into my Zapdos here as he goes for the Earthquake, I believe, which shows me that he is actually a physical set, so if you click Earthquake on my Jellicent, I would have been fucked. So, I'm going for the Extensory, that does a good chunk, and he goes for the Stone Edge, and I live on 2% because Zapdos is the best Pokemon in the game. So I'm just going to finish off with another Extensory. Thankfully he does not have to Sucker Punch, so Zapdos just casually living a life over so like a god. So I could just kill this with Thunderbolt, but then Coco comes in and gets a kill. So I'm just going to click U-turn here, play it safe, preserve the differential guaranteed, and go into my Scarf Trick. And even if he burns me, this thing and Coco are in range to die from a Will-O-Wisp, yeah, from Earthquake. So you know, I'm just going to go on that, click Earthquake on the Confederatus after eating up the Shadow Ball. I also didn't think he would Pain Split, because if I just, yeah, whatever, I didn't think he would. I don't know why he went into Kovac in the first place, to be honest, because it could have just killed me. But, you know, I'll take it. Coco goes down, that's a 5-0. So, 2 5-0s and a 6-0, and then that game against Harris that we will ignore that ever happened. So, looking strong, plus 14 at 3-1, which is a pretty spicy record. And I'm gonna pause and get into the final game of this video. Okay, so this is week 5. This is up against Jake and his Kansas City Carnivines, or as his name says, the Wizard of Oshawott, which is a great name. And he drafted Mew with Z-moves, Zoomer, Zygarde 50% with Z-moves, Magnezone, Mandibuzz, Mienshao, Entei, Ferrothorn, Gastrodon, Weezing, and Chinchino. So, Team Red Blood is actually kind of weak to Chinchino, but then again, it's a Chinchino. And like Clef takes it, Shaman eats for days. and I don't think it can OHKO Latios, so you know that. So yeah, the plan is, because this team is ridiculously weak to Toxic Spikes, if you noticed, his poison type is Wheezing, which is not on the ground, and then most things get hit by T-Spikes, and they're actually incredible against this team. As you can see, you know, Zygarde and Mew and Gastron, these three especially would be really nice to T-Spike, or get poisoned by T-Spikes, and Rocks would be cool too, just in general. So I have Dual Hazards Nidoking with a Sugar Berry, I think, you know, for Zygarde just in case. We have a bulky lead seating Shaman, we have a nasty Plot Houndoom, we have a Fizzdev, Taunt Toxic, Jellicent, a Dragonium Z Latios, and a Calm Mind Clef. There's a chance I might play Jake in playoffs, so because he has a good team and he's a pretty good player from what I can tell. So who knows how things may go. So I'm not going to go too in depth, but yeah. As planned, I'm just going to go lead off with my Nidoking, depending on what he leads. These are just free hazards. He's with Mew, and that's the one thing I didn't want to see. I'm just going to make the play into my Houndoom, which is ridiculous because if he just clicked the ground move, I was dead. But you know, I don't know, didn't cross my mind really. So he goes for knockoff. He's Life Orb, which is really interesting, and it does nothing. I'm just going to go 40 Dog Pulse as he makes the switch into his Mienshao. Obviously Fire Blast wasn't the play there, and if I next play it up, I would be scared of from the Scarf Mienshao. It's all fine there, and he could play on his end. So I'm gonna go to my Clef here. I didn't expect Mienshao to come, honestly. I expected a lot of things that didn't come, like as normal. He goes into Entei. I'm like, okay, I don't want to fuck with the thing. I'm just gonna go hard into my Jellicent. As he makes a good play and goes for the Toxic. Knowing that Clef is more likely not staying in on Entei, and if it is, then it's like clicking softball or T-Wave or whatever. So not a play. So I'm gonna click Toxic of my own here as he goes into Gastron. That's fine. It's a perfectly placed Toxic. The only thing that seemed that I wouldn't want to I wouldn't want to come in there was Wheezing, and it's not a switch to Jellicent at all. So, you know, save Toxic there. I can go to my Jellicent here as he pulls the double into his Entei. So good play on his end, but I can just go back into my Jellicent. Despite being Toxic, I should be able to take a hit from the thing, seeing it this might not be banned. But he has Sup, and I'm like, oh no, this is Sup Toxic Protect. I'm gonna cry. Turns out it's Sup Calm Mind, which is not really that much more enjoyable. So I'm going for Scald. Thankfully it breaks the sub, and now I'm going to click Taunt here, as that will prevent the thing from subbing and Calm Minding and whatnot. And then I can click Toxic on the following turn. He goes for the second Calm Mind, and I taunt him. So this is a pretty spooky set. And my Latios has Psychic or Psyshock, so that's can definitely be an issue if I didn't get my hazards. I'm going to click Toxic as he goes into Wheezing this time. Good play. And I have Toxic damage racking up, so I don't want to stay in here. I'm going to go into my Nidoking here, and this is my opportunity to get my hazards, except for the part where he doubles into Entei. I'm like, okay. Actually, I think this is, yeah, I get up a Toxic Spike anyway because he's not going to want to stay in on Nidoking. He doesn't know when I'm Scarf, and even if I'm not Scarf, he can't kill me, and I can very much kill him. So, I'm just going to get a T-Spike here because T-Spikes are more important than Rocks, and now I'm pretty much in the driver's seat, because if Mew is poisoned, or since Mew is Life Orb, it's probably not going to be hazard removal, and everything in this team is going to get poisoned. He crits me to Skull, which is a little unfortunate, but after getting my second layer of Toxic Spikes, which 2 layers are better than 1 in this matchup, because his team is not super offensive. I'm gonna get my Rocks as well. Nidoking goes down, but I did everything I could ever wanted to do and more. So he takes a Toxic damage, and I decided to go just into my Shaman because with the hazards up, I can just click Leech Seat, and everything is gonna be sad. He goes for Toxic, you know, just trying to wear me down so I don't stay in here forever. Obviously, I do have Natural Cure, but you know, weakening me is all fine. They need me and making sure I don't stay in forever. I'm gonna click Leech Seat again because I feel like he's switching. Because if he isn't, then that's fine too. Like, he's gonna die and take toxic damage eventually, so it doesn't matter really. So, gonna Leech Seed, he goes in Wheezing, that's perfect. And I think I make the play here into my Latios, I believe. Is that correct? No, I go to Jellicent because I can recover on this if it doesn't have Taunt. He goes into Mew, and I'm like, I can probably take a hit. I'm Fizzdev. I also don't want to switch anything else in, and he's toxic. I don't have to worry about it too much, about like setting up or whatever. So I can just recover. That knockoff does absolutely 0 because Jellicent is a god. I'm gonna recover. I'm gonna recover again on the following turn. Again, since he has Life Orb, I don't expect him to be Taunt, but he does have Taunt. Maybe he just has the wrong item, and he's actually just a bulky Mew. That could be a thing. Maybe he's just like toxic, not toxic. We'll just knock off Taunt, recovery set, and he just accidentally put life over leftovers. That could be a thing, but I'm gonna click Scald, because if I can weaken or get rid of the Mew, that's beautiful. And now I'm gonna sack off Jealous, and I could have gone into Cleft there, but he could have also just clicked Poison Jab and knocked me out. So no reason to risk that. And Mienshao goes down. At this point, not at this point, at any point from Team Preview, he had nothing for Latios, so I'm just gonna go into that. As Entei comes in, and I'm gonna click the Draco button, and that should kill him. If he's max HP, he lives, but then he dies to Toxic, and he doesn't do anything to me anyway. I Draco him and crit him, so I don't know if he was bulky. I don't think he was max HP, because then Jellicent would have probably not broken this up. So he goes in Zygon. I'm like, okay, I just need damage off on the thing because it's toxic, and then I can't lose to it essentially. So I'm gonna click the Devastating Drake, which is still gonna do like 60-ish% depending on the spread. So I'm gonna click the Devastating Drake here as he goes into mute, probably trying to make me waste a Draco and go into -4, or expecting me to go into Shaman. Both work, but now he goes back into Zygarde. This time I'm like, okay, I think I'm gonna go into Shaman, just make the safe play. Seems to work out much better in this case. I think I probably should have done it immediately, but whatever. He goes in Gastrodon here. I think he's still trying to get me to go to -4 so he can set up and maybe like crit my Shaman with the Outrage. But I'm just gonna go for the Leech Seed. No, go for Giga Drain. Probably makes more sense. Weezing comes in, and I'm just gonna go into my Latios because Weezing can't kill a Latios, even if he's like a Dark Pulse variant or whatever garbage. So the Pain Spit comes in. That does nothing for him really. It does a little bit for him, but not much. So I'm just gonna go for Psychic, knock that thing all the way down. And now he breathes in Zygarde, and I'm like, I can just go into Shaman and play it safe because he's probably going Gastron anyway. And he just Dragon Dances, which is decent play, but I can take even a Z Outrage, and again he is toxic, so I'm fine. He goes for Substitute, hoping that I'm not able to break a sub with a Giga Drain. Thankfully I decided to put HPIs in there over like Earth Power or whatever else I had considered. And he's gonna go for the Z move, and that's gonna be Tectonic Rage. He forgot to put Outrage on there on his set, because he built his team really quickly. He was initially not even gonna play because he didn't have time, but then we played in like 10 minutes, and he built a quick team, and then he forgot to put Outrage on there. And now Shaman is going to take the game. So his team is really weak to bulky Shaman. He doesn't have much to actually kill it, and with Toxic Spikes up, that's just incredible. So yeah, GG Jake, GG everyone else I played too. Those were the first 5 weeks. We are looking at a 4-1 record with a plus 18 differential, which is a bit ridiculous, but I'm not complaining. I like it. Plus 18, 4-1 looks pretty good. So I'm pretty sure we're number 1 in the league now, confirmed. Harris could catch up if he wins high. He played Kyle in I think the last week, and he lost to Kyle because Kyle is a babe, and let me get to number 1 with that. So yeah, we're number 1 in the league, which is cool. I haven't actually looked at all the kills and whatnot. If I do, then I might put on screen or whatever. Seeing how many kills things I've gotten and whatnot. I have, because on the sheet there are no team tabs or anything, so people don't have to take care of that, or yeah. I don't know what I'm saying, but yeah, that's pretty much that. Tell me what you think of the games happened. Sorry Harris, but I just had to put my thoughts out there. But that's fine. I don't know who I play next week, so actually I can say the remaining games. So from what my spreadsheet tells me, we play that guy and the Fayetteville Flygons, the legend who picked Flygon 1-1. Then we play Christian, the New Jersey Jumpluffs, who I did play in GPC back then, so I know him. They play Andros and the Charlotte Infernape. And week 9 is going to be against Willikers and the Toronto Staraptors. That is not Jolt. And week 10 is going to be against Kyle, who took over the Clemson Tyrants, and now of course the Harlem Gloomtrotters, which is by the way the team that took Vitini from me, so I'm a little upset. And week 11 is going to be against Adam and the Golden State Wartortles, who has Tapu Fini and Zardex. What a revolutionary idea. That's probably like the second most broken draft. That's gonna be fun. Hopefully by then I will have playoffs clinched and I can just meme the last 2 weeks against Kyle and against Adam, so I don't have to reveal anything for the playoffs. But yeah, long video because those are fun sometimes. And yeah, so that's part 1 of the PDL. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you like this format, make sure to tell me, because I can do that more for future leagues that I may play. I know some people said they enjoyed the FDA one, so I decided, you know what, let's just make this happen. Meme League is going to be separate videos. PPL is obviously going to be separate videos. And when NPL comes back soon, that's also going to be separate videos. I'm staying in NPL in case anyone didn't know. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. Thank you all for watching. Jesus Christ. Make sure to leave a like, leave a comment, leave some nudes. I will appreciate all 3 of those, hopefully. See you guys next time. Goodbye.